Hello, welcome back. My name is Coach David Butler. And after I enjoyed the first instalment of um, observations from week one of the Spring League, I think I'll do a week two. And these are my five observations or things of note that I enjoyed from last night's Spring League game with the Linemen and the Aviators. Again, a lot of it's intertwined with what happened in week one. So if you did watch week one, you'll know what's going on. But what I do like about this is the way that Coach Mumme is changing things up, and it doesn't affect the staples of his offense. You know, the stick, the shallow, the mesh, the verts, etc., etc. Whatever staples he's running, those are still in there. If you watch the highlights of the game, you can see those players as well. But I like to focus on different little bits of pieces, things that we can always take and steal, and we can make into our own if we so wish to do so. So I'm going to give you five more observations from week two of the Lineman game and from week two of the Spring League. Hopefully, something you can enjoy and take away, like I did last week, and add something to Arsenal. But we'll start off with our first clip. Um, okay, one of the things, the easiest things that we can do, is flash that running back out on motion, and we call that a flash. You know, you can call it a jet or whatever you call it, but our terminology or my terminology for that is flash. So we flash the back out um, on its basically on a horizontal pass route. Now, when I run this, and I've run it for 2x2 and 3x1, but I usually call this shark, which also to my backs indicated that they were getting the ball, and that's all the shark meant was their key, their read. That you're getting this pass, and I think I did a 5 minute install on the running back's uh, big screen, which is this, and I love it. It's a really cheap and easy way of getting your athlete to football. And if you know Coach Mumme and what we do in this air raid system as well. Our running backs have got to be kind of proficient at the three main things as a running back, which is be equally good at running, equally good at blocking, and equally good at receiving the football. We like to be a rounded back and have you be able to do all three of those aspects when we're running this offense. So we like to have a rounded back who can do all three. Uh, so in this first clip, they're in 2x2 doubles, whatever your terminology is, ice, base, whatever you call it. It is what it is. It all relates to you and what you're running. What they're running, their front is basically irrelevant on this. When we break it down, if it's filled in half, you can see that this is going to come to once this flash comes across down towards the numbers on the left hand side of the field. It's literally going to be two receivers against two DBs, and then the running back's going to be basically taking on the backers who come across or the safety who crashes down. And we like to get those numbers. It's almost adds into it like a trick situation, which I like. And there's no more easier thing than just getting a quick throw to your running back and letting him do the work. So we'll watch it through. We'll start off the clips. There's five observations, as I've said, from the game. You can see that he just goes in motion. The quarterback just rips and rips, as we call it, gets the football straight to the running back. You can see there that he's going to get him. He's going to get him. It's a 3-on-2 situation right now, which means that this linebacker is going to be the running back's guy. And we like those odds. We want to get our back in space. And we like that. Hal's done a great call on this one. It's something that we all run. And I like that. It's relatable offense to me and to you guys who run the air raid as well. And for those that don't run the air raid or run a variation of spread, this is a great wrinkle to put into your offense. It's quick, it's easy, it's cheap. It's so easy to do. You see, he gets the football, not a great block, completely misses his guy there, but it comes back to him, gets him up, and they get a first down out of that. Let's watch it back. Okay, so regardless of how poor the actual blocking was in the situation, it sets itself up to win because we just pointed out. When we draw things up and when we run things, we try and get those numbers games and that leverage if we can. And this is the case of just throw that football to the back. It's 2v2 if you block it right, and then this guy here, this backer here, is the running back's guy. Okay, I don't know whether he runs a route or whether he forgets what he's doing, but he doesn't get this guy, and that could have made it go even farther. Because I know he did get him, but it wasn't a great block at all. But he rearranges himself, completes his his block, and they pick up a nice 10-yard chunk on 2nd and 9. Great effort for the back. That's what we like to see from our running backs, is that vertical run once they get the ball in hand. Big fan of that. So that's the first clip. A nice simple flash or jet or whatever you call it. We call it flash, but a nice wrinkle. Repeat that to your offense. Okay, play 2. It's the exact same thing. I want to give you 2 examples of this because I thought I like it that much. Okay, you can see there again. There is still 2 by 2. If we split that field in half, this is what I tell my guys when I'm coaching and teaching. If we split that field in half right down the middle, what do we have? What do we have? And you can see it on this bottom side of the screen. We have 2v2. Okay, and because the safety's high, it's 1 high. When they flash that back across the opposite side, because he's set to the, they'll set the back strength, the back with the strength side. So when he flashes across, that makes them into a weak situation. Okay, so we've got a receiver on this cornerback, a receiver on this cornerback. The safety is too deep to really get involved short term, forcing almost a 3v2. The back is probably going to have to flash across and make a tackle, 2nd level, 3rd level. Okay, this is where we like it. Okay, again, it's easy teaching. If we look at this again, you see he goes in motion. He doesn't go before the snap on this one. He goes on the snap. So on the snap, it's not a motion and throw to him. He's literally going on the snap, which is a little bit different than we do things. But again, I like it. He's just going on the snap. QB gets the football, back gets his head round, and you can see there right now, as we just pointed out, the safety's crashing down as fast as he can from the opposite hash, the long way to come. He should get him. He should get him, but you can see that he's always on him for some reason. So he's getting that much damage, which means he's going to come and get the deep corner, okay, which might cause a few problems. But we've still got 3v2 towards the byline. A block there. You see that we've got a nice alley, a nice lane here towards the numbers. Not the greatest of blocks, which means we don't get the yards you probably could have got. But the running back still makes 6-7 yards on a 1st and 10 from a simple throw from the QB. Any QB in the world, even a guy that can't play QB, can make that throw. Okay, when we're looking at making things count and making things work for us, it doesn't matter what we have there, how much experience they have, how much talent they have. Anybody, me, you, Anan, can make that throw. Okay, that's the relatable content part of this throw, is that it's really no blocking involved in this, because it doesn't matter. They're going to go outside fast. We've got the numbers to the outside if it's set up right. It's a flash pass to the running back, ball in hand, 2v2, try and make him a miss, get vertical, get north as fast as possible, make yardage. On a 1st and 10, the guy picks up 7 or 8 yards. Should have had more. I'm sure in the film room, these guys are going to get graded terribly tomorrow morning. But you got to love the back's mentality of getting north quickly. And because he does that and no hesitation, he just gets north, and you can see the 1st down lines there. He just picks up 8 yards and a 1st down. Love that play. Always have. Run it myself. I do run it myself. Fantastic effort, and it always gets the ball in the hands of your playmakers often. So if you're trying to take something for next season or something you've never done before, that's one to take, guys. That's one to take. Clip 3. Okay. Now let's go all the way back. If you remember in week 1, okay. If you remember in week 1, the lineman ran this set 2 times, I think, in the one in the red zone and one on the 4th down. And this is the exact same look, but there's an additional add-on now to this look, which I like that when they're building answers. So on that first one from last week, the QB handed the ball for number 9, which is this guy right here, and he ran the jet and he scored. The second time they used it, they faked the jet and pitched it out to make a 1st down. Now, on this example, It's another little additional add-on to that series, as we call it. Another different thing to make them think. And I like the way that this happens, and I like the way that they can show something but run something else off of it. Okay, so we'll watch it through one time. So he comes in motion. Now the last week, if I'd scouted this, they know that he's gonna get the handoff. If he doesn't get the handoff, it's going to the back. He doesn't get the handoff. The QB rotates, spins. Okay. H back or whatever the back that receiver is. He runs a simple arrow, and the QB just throws a nice simple pass, and it's a beautiful touchdown with very little new teaching from the previous week. A wrinkle added onto a wrinkle, which we like. Watch it through one more time. Really well adapted and built upon. When we talk about bolt-ons and building upon stuff and building on a series, this is a great example. Week one, they ran two things from this formation with effectiveness in areas of the field. Today, or last night, they ran another one. They set it up with the same look. They don't hand it off. They don't pitch it. The QB keeps, pivots, and just throws a simple flat arrow to that back or the receiver in space. Beautifully ran, beautifully executed, great play, great concept. Okay. Now another clip from last week's observations was this exact same play. It's a different guy running it. Again, I'm a big fan of this triple option look. It's not triple option, but you've got three options on the handoff, on the orbit, or back on the jet. Okay, watch it through again. It's a different week. It's almost a picture perfect example of the week before. Different week, different guy running it. They've got a different speedier guy inside the slot now. Okay, if we take it back, like I said last week when we watched this film. Okay, the two slots are off. They're in a little bit more of a 2-2 bunch this week than they were last week. But the principle of the play, the concept of the play is exactly the same. Okay, so on the snap, in motion, he's going to come out number 9, Pittman. He's going to come on the orbit motion. We snap in. Okay, take it back a touch. We snap it. We want to get a great mesh to that back, so we can sell the inside zone off of it. You can see that's going to be a great mesh. At the same point, this wide receiver is now coming in motion the opposite way, and whether he runs a jet or whether he runs a reverse, that's top up to whatever you call it. For me, it's still a jet. I know it's beyond the QB. It's still a jet for me personally. So he doesn't get the handoff, fakes it, hands that ball to number 28 this time, and you can see that they still have that option, which is what I wait for now next week is they keep it and then pitch it to number 9 on the dink over the top next week. All these things we don't know yet because there's layers that I can add off of this look, which again I'm a big fan of adding layers. And you can see great blocking this time from the receiver and from that lineman getting downfield, and he just gets vertical really fast. Okay, now I'm not sure whether that's a running back playing a slot spot, which if it is, you get bonus points from me for that, or if it's a natural receiver, I'm not sure. It looks like a back. He runs like a back, but I'm not sure. He might just be a slot. He might just be a back. I don't know. But I like the way they've got in there. The way he gets vertical, he's running like a running back to me. Great job. You can see now that he gets that ball in hand and he's getting vertical as fast as possible, which he does. And they get that ball all the way down to the 15, 16-yard line. One more time. Okay. And another first down. Exactly the same play from last week. A little bit tighter on the formation, little bit different personnel, but the same result. and the opportunity to build off of that is there to see if they so want it. Another great aspect, another great wrinkle. Hopefully you'll take that. And I was going down in my notepad for next season. Great job, love it. Okay, we're back in the red zone now. Now, if you watched last week's episode, I'm not sure if you did or not, but the linemen were in this exact same spot, in this exact same part of the field, with this exact same formation. May have been different personnel. I can't remember. You know, I think it was. But they're in this two-back look again. Get to the other angle. You can see that they're motioning that number 9 on the jet now. Last week, they basically handing that ball off to number 9. And he scooted around the outside for an easy walking touchdown. He probably could have done it again here because that linebacker's so tight in. That 1v1 matchup is a win for the offense. However, they don't. They block it differently. They let that man go. And you can see that they've got that running the pitch or the option. The pitch for me. He's going to get number 11. He's going to get a walk into the end zone. 48. Great job. Great execution. Absolute big fan of this wrinkle. Really big fan. If you're not going to steal it, and I don't know why, because you should. Fakes that inside handoff yet. Okay. Pitches the football. Now you've already seen on that first clip where instead of pitching the football, he went over the top through the screen. So now that they're flying out there to avoid that screen, that arrow, to avoid that arrow being completed, but they're not throwing that football. They're pitching to the back. Answers to answers, which is what we like. We're big fans of. Walks in the park. Fantastically drawn play. Excellent executed. Great job. All round. Our final clip. Okay. There's a theme on these right now. I'm a big fan of what's happening on this. Okay. Same formation. Same motion. What's going to happen now? He comes across. You can see that it's 4th and 1. Exactly the same as last week. It's 4th down and 1. They're trying to get that first down. They've got 3 things they can do off of this, if not more, but there's 3 things that they're showing right now. He doesn't give that handoff again. They pitch it out. You can see that there's nobody out there. They've got a lead blocker, still the edge, and it's back number 3. Gets north and seals the deal and wins the game. Seals the game out. Okay, watch it through one more time. Guys, I'm not sure how much two-back you do or what you do in your offense, but if you are a two-back team, or if you have the personnel to run two-back, and you're trying to do some stuff, or you have a sniffer, I mean, in this case, they are literally using just bodies. It's not really a big body back or whatever. They're just using bodies to make this work. This is such a simple addition to your offense that you can build on and add layers to. It really does, bring a lot to the table. If it's something you want to add onto your own arsenal. Gets that pitch, gets north, and they make a first down. As I said, that's 10 seconds to go in the game. It's all over. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the week 2 observations as much as I enjoyed watching them myself and talking about them. I'm loving what the Hal Mumme is doing in the spring league with this lineman team at the moment, and hopefully I can continue to bring more observations in the following weeks. But for now, guys, as always, I appreciate everybody jumping on and taking a watch. But for now, I will see you all very soon, so take care.